What's going on, guys? Hold on a second. I figured I'd come on and we talk about these new rules. Yet here we go again. They lied so many times to us before. They didn't know jack shit. Now they're coming out saying the new rule, where instead of 14 days quarantine, they're going to knock it down to 10. Are you for fucking real? What, is it going to be 4 next week? Or 20 in the week after? Oh, we made a mistake. You always seem to be making a lot of fucking mistakes. These fucking government people. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I've always been talking about here in Canada. And I got a question here. Because the president of Belarus came out and admitted that he was bribed by the World Health Organization and another organization $950 million to shut down his country, make it mandatory mask and mandatory lockdown. So this is where the question arises. Because, like the UK, 1 minute, like, fucking, it's like they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're juggling it right now, right? Because they still don't know. I don't know if you guys, I know a lot of people say, oh, I believe in the science. Wait a second. Did you know that they still can't tell apart the flu from COVID? They still don't know. Not a fucking clue. Then I watch another where the guy actually talks about this professor. He ran a test. This is the only test that's ever been run in the world. So you can fact check this if you want, Facebook and YouTube. But it's the only one published. And it shows that out of 560,000, I think. I don't know the exact number, but we'll say 560, keep it short, because I don't know if it's a million or 1,000. I think it's 100,000. But anyways, out of that, they're all going to die from lockdown. Nothing else, not the COVID or anything else. Lockdown. That's suicides, drug addiction overdoses, alcohol overdoses, and stuff like that. Okay? Alcohol poisoning. But they're going to die from this, the lockdowns, what it causes. The stress, the depression, the businesses closing, no jobless, and all this and that. Only 10% of them are going to die of actual COVID. Only 10%. So which one's worse? Lockdowns or COVID? Remember, they still can't tell apart between the flu and COVID, if you have the flu or if you have COVID. And they can't separate it. They have no way of doing that. At the same time as this Moderna and this Pfizer vaccine they're giving you doesn't stop COVID, doesn't stop you from catching COVID. It doesn't prevent it. Like, it's not going to stop the spread, nothing. So what are we taking it for? So this is what I'm wondering. This is my question. What type of bribe did Canada get? Because we seem to be right up fucking their ass, man. Like, more so than any other country, we're right up their ass. Fucking China just threatened us. And yet, we did nothing. We said nothing. Trudeau and his government took it up the ass. So, how much were we bribed? Because if they're bribing everybody, that means we got bribed too. And it would make sense considering that, we have, like, 1 minute you can't do this. Next, or let's give it an example. 1 minute can't be transmitted from human to human. We can release it to the communities. We're all safe and sound. Our professionals got it under control. That's what we were told at the beginning. Then we were told, wear a mask. Then we were told, don't wear a mask. Then we were told, wear a mask. Then we were told, wear a mask during sex. That was the dumbest one. Then we were told, smokers can't catch it. Then we're told smokers can catch it. Then we're told you couldn't transmit it from human to animal or animal to human. Turns out we can. Now they're saying that we're supposed to quarantine for 14 days. Now it's 10. And just throwing this out there, where did all this money come from? You can't have possibly have printed that much. This money had to have come from somewhere. And how much money are they keeping for themselves? Because remember, these people are still receiving a paycheck. They're still taking their bonuses. They're still arguing and fighting for raises. They're all that shit. Because that's what it's about now. It's a big monopoly of who can get the most money out of us. So how much did Canada get bribed? And did Canada accept? I think we did. I think the Justin Trudeau and his government, by the evidence, I think he did sell out to them. This is my opinion, YouTube and Facebook. But I believe, in my opinion, throughout all the evidence I've seen to date, that yeah, now thanks to this president stepping up, we now know that the governments are trying this shit. So that means that they bribed everyone. Some countries said no, kiss my ass. Probably like New Zealand and all these other places I said no. Japan, Taiwan. But the ones that did are seemingly going to get a nice little something out of it. Because they were willing to hand $950 million. That's only $50 million away from $1 billion. Like I made in a previous video, that's 75,000 years for you and me. 75,000 years for $1 billion. And that's without spending any of your hard-earned money. And you got to work 40 hours a week every week. So any money you make on the weekend, that's your money you can spend for your shopping and your rent and stuff like that. But for the week, you have to save it because we need to save it for 75,000 years so we can get $1 billion. If, I don't know, I guess we become robotic. But anyways, 950 million. So how much were we offered? Because even their lockdowns here in Canada don't make sense. And now we have police force that are going around bullying and doing everything they can to take advantage of this for their quota system. See, the quota system I keeps talking about where we need to stop it, because this is what's... You want to stop cops from being corrupt, you got to stop making them feel like they have to have a reason to stop you. They have to have that goal on you because they have to make that quota so their kids can eat and we can get health care. And you see, or, well, I guess that's the States. I don't know why I'm saying health care. But you know what I mean. Yeah, they got to make that money, their paycheck at the end of the week too. They got bills, they got food, they got mouths to feed, they got kids, they got a wife or whatever. So if we want to stop that, if we want to stop them from every time they stop you, the first thing they have to do as a job is make sure to get you as a criminal. Well, then no problem. We have to take that incentive away. And the incentive in this case is the quota system. Because they're taking advantage of it now. I don't know how many times I've seen cops without a mask, with a mask, and they're within 6 feet, they're literally right in your face talking to you, and then they'll sit there and accuse you of being the one trying to transmit COVID to them. You know, they'll do whatever they can. They got to make their money. That's the way they're trained. Well, what if we took that away? I guarantee cops wouldn't be on the side of the government so quickly, right? But anyways. So, what's next? Well, I don't think they even know. I don't think anyone in our government knows. I don't think... They're definitely not following the science. Because nothing they have done coincides with the actual science. And if you take into further account how many times... Like, just look at the death rates here in Canada for suicides and drug addiction and overdoses and alcoholism and all this stuff. Look at that all. It's fucking insane. But you trust the experts. The professionals that don't know if we have to wear a mask, we don't wear a mask. They don't know if it's 14 days or 10 days. They don't know if it can be transmitted from human to human. We know for a fact they still can't separate the flu. So it would explain why here, even in our district, we have 0 cases of the flu in the middle of fucking flu season. But hey, what do I know? You follow those professionals and I'll follow the actual statistics. How about that, YouTube and Facebook? Man. So it just doesn't add up. Does not add up. Because I don't think if they do continue the way they're going, I don't think we're going to be a country much longer. We're going to be just a bunch of coffins everywhere. If we're not a bunch of coffins, we're getting close to it. Or we'll be fleeing to the States, or the ones that can flee to the States. That's pretty much our future. America, that's your future. You're going to be seeing Canadians fleeing from Canada, coming down here to this, or down to your place, because there's no fucking way we can put up with this shit no more. Trust me, if I could go, I'd already be gone. Man, the way the government's being run here, I'll wait until conservatives or someone else takes control, because liberals can't do a fucking thing right. And they don't, look how cocky they are. Just look at our finance minister. That woman that sits there and every time, and she's always got that smirk, that smirk. Like she knows she's going to answer you with a retarded answer, and you're going to get so mad because of it. But what she doesn't realize is all she's doing is creating hatred for herself within the Canadian communities, because we can see it too. Like, we want the answers to this too. She's actually asking a question that we want an answer to, or he's asking a question, and you're just smirkingly fucking being a child about it. That's not what we hired you for. That's not why we agreed to put you there. It's not why we pay you a salary to act like a child. Answer the fucking question. Don't give us a ring around about what. Well, there's my boy. He's just loving up his daddy. Look at him. He's getting old. You're getting gray hair. But anyways, you're not there to make yourself look like a child. Answer the questions. It's just that simple. But no, she acts like a 2-year-old. No, we have a plan, and that's it. And it's like, okay, and then of course the other side gets upset. Because it's like, man, you just basically spat in everybody's face in Canada that has that question. Is this really the professionalism that you think is required to run a government? And this doesn't just happen with her. It trickles down. It goes all the way down throughout the government branches. There's zero credibility. There's zero accountability. There's zero. And it goes right down to even the workers at the local branches. Service Ontario and all these other different services, Service Alberta, whatever. The driver centers, the drive test centers, all that. It trickles down, because then they see their bosses act like buffoons, and they think they can do it too. And of course, no one's going to hold them accountable, so they can, because nobody's holding them accountable. Just look at Ford, right here in Ontario, just recently. He's the boss. If anybody should be held accountable for what happened with our finance minister, Rod Phillips, it's him. And I know, a lot of people are saying, well, how is he responsible if he just took up and left? No, he's not responsible for that. But the second the motherfucker landed, he knew. He called him. They talked. And it was all cool until we found out. Now look what happened. Mr. Rod Phillips gets fucking thrown under the bus while Ford gets to keep taking us to the bank. Even though Ford knew the whole fucking time. He admitted it. And he admitted he didn't tell him to come home at that time. So, only because we found out, you better get back here. Oh, now it matters. No, sorry. He's more held accountable than anybody else. He's the boss. And he let it happen. God. But this is the professionalism you think it takes to run the government. I can't run the government because of my past life and this and that, and because I smoke a little marijuana and I smoke cigarettes, and I can't run the government. No way, you swear, no possible way. You're unprofessional. Well, if that's the professionalism you want, or you think that actually takes to run the government, then goddamn, we're fucked. Trump, Biden, I'm talking to both of you right now, because one's president, one's going to be president. I want to come to America. Me and my family. Let's fucking go. I'll open the doors. I'll fucking pack today. Fuck that, man. If that's what you think takes to run our fucking government, or a government, you are so fucking misled. You are brainwashed. You've been watching too much TV. Get the fuck out of the house. Put your phone down. To go live a life. Talk to your neighbor. Just say hi. Look over the fence. Hey, how's it going, neighbor? Something. Get the fuck away from television. You are brainwashed. Fucking, that is not what it takes to be a leader or run a government. Fuck, be a leader, man. Oh my God. They have no idea what it's like to be a leader. They don't know what it's like to sacrifice. You cannot be a leader if you have not And not just physically sacrifice. I'm not talking about just materialistic things. I mean truly sacrifice. Until you know what it means to take your time, slice it off, to give it to someone else so that way you can help that person. They don't know what that's like. My brother can confirm this. We walked down the street, I fucking just out of the blue asked to help move up a couch. No problem, done. Let's go. Got it all done and everything, came back downstairs, he offered me money. I'm like, fuck no, man. It was like, what, a couple minutes? I'm not gonna die. Fucking, I walked away. I don't need fucking to get something out of it. Just fucking, hey, now you got a couch. Hey, fucking, there you go. Congratulations, man. You know, and, they do not know what it's like to be a leader or to run a country. Period. I showed up at a job, took over the job. I ended up running the whole fucking thing. So, it was even my job. Every day he picked me up at 6 a.m. Let's go. And I was his guy. I was no longer their guy. I was his guy. And he was the top guy. So, no, you want leadership, you got to have somebody who's willing to sacrifice. Like, you see that 6,000, you think I wouldn't like to have that 6,000? You fucking kidding me? 6,000 a week? Fuck. Okay, I'll wipe your ass for 6,000 a week. Fuck me. But I'm willing to sacrifice that, put that money back into the budget because, hey, we got to fix this fucking budget. And if it costs my paycheck, no problem. All I ask is to let me keep $600 out of it to help with rent, help with food, normal life, like you would at a normal shop or any other job or at Tim Hortons or at a fucking Walmart or, you know what I mean? Normal pay bills. And I got to be able to put some gas in the car because I'm not going to use your money to pay some fucking fancy company to drive me around. I'm going to drive my own ass around. I have a car, I'll do it myself. And I'll fucking travel, go to all the different places where I got to do my meetings. And you know what? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude to the other world leaders. But we got to worry about Canada right now. Not only because of this fucking coronavirus, but our money situation, our health situation, our mental health situation. This is very serious right now, and we got to focus on that. So if you wanted to have dealings or make a deal with Canada, if you wanted to come in with Canadians and try to help us, no problem. But you're going to have to come here. Prime Minister of Canada is not leaving Canada until this shit is fixed. Or at least we get out of the little rut we're in right now, so we're starting to climb, Then we can work on, okay, we might have to make some arrangements, get some fucking leaders over here. And I think the energy sector is like wicked weak right now. And I know what a lot of people say, you're a native, you should be talking about the energy sector. Fuck it. Sorry, but I like paying taxes. I like the fact my kids have fucking health care. I like the fact that if something happens to them, right now, I can right now pick them up, bring them to the hospital. It's done, it's dealt with. I don't have to sit there and wait to fucking sign papers to pay nothing. It's done. I like that fact. I like the knowing the security of my child is there. So I like to pay taxes. I like to pay and knowing that my children are getting education while I'm at work, working hard to make sure they have a good life. I like paying taxes so that way, look, there's so many reasons. I can just go on and on. So no, I like the energy sector. It's given my people up north millions of jobs. It's given people all across, not just Aboriginal or whatever you want to call us, because you guys think we're all the same, but we're not. But all the nations, in our terms, across the land, you're giving us jobs. Giving your own people jobs. This creates a great life for people. Jobs, money, healthy people. That's how it usually works. That's how it's always worked. But when you start doing shit like they're doing now, you take away 1 and 2, and then you're fucked with really poor health. So, anyways, I think we need to work more on that. I think we need to build more. I don't think we need to start fucking by. Look, a lot of people don't understand because they think we all are fucking against it because we protest against the pipelines. We're not protesting the pipelines. We need to get this shit out of our heads. We're not protesting the pipelines per se. We're protesting the fucking location. It's in our backyards. What the fuck? Would you let me put one through your backyard? No. Would you want to step out in your backyard? See a big fucking metal pipe just running right along your fucking mountain range? No. You don't. That's why it's up there. That's why it's not in your backyards. It's because it's out of sight, out of mind, and it is. We don't want that either. That's all we're saying. You want to put it 20 feet more over just so that way it's behind that ledge and we don't see it? Pfft, you're not going to get a protest. But when you're putting it in our backyards, I mean, come on. That's like me fucking deciding I'm going to start an oil fucking refinery in your backyard, and what, you're going to say something about it? It's okay, I got the OPP here to fucking take you out of my way. Not very fair, is it? That's all we're asking for, man. A little respect, a little fairness, that's all. But I think we need to build up on that. But I also think in order to do that, we have to build on a relationship with Turtle Island. We have to recognize it as Turtle Island of many nations. You know, just like if you were in Europe and you look at the map of Europe. Is it all just fucking Russia with a different fucking... No. There's different countries in there. They're all over the place. Romania, there's Iraq, and there's China, and there's Russia, UK, all this stuff. France, Germany. So it's all there. This is what we are here. That's the way Turtle Island runs. We don't see ourselves as all one race, one nation. We see ourselves as, if you're over on that side of the world, they're like, for an example, okay? Just an example, my brothers, my sisters, my cousins, okay? Don't fucking kill me here. But for an example, Mohawks are Romanian. Crees are German. Germany. Ojibwe's the Madagascar, right? So it's like we're all different countries living on the same continent, just like over there. But what we have to do as a people is we have to come together. We do have to come together. We do have to formulate our own federal level so that way we can have them dealing with other nations and other countries and at the same time bring in revenue and jobs for their own people. We have to do this as a people together. But we have to sit at the table for that. And how are we going to do that? By getting a good leader in Canada that actually wants to stop the wasteful spending of your tax dollars, my tax dollars, the wasteful spending, spending on resources, the resources that are just going to what? Let's be real about this. Protests lasted, say, a month. All that shit that they just threw out there, pepper spray, all this shit, fucking gear, everything, they all torn up, all that shit. What a waste of fucking material. What a waste, when you could have just sat at the table and dealt with it like a mature adult. And I'm not talking just to my people, I'm talking to the OPP now. You could have just sat down and talked to them. But you weren't, because you're not allowed. The quota system, remember? This is a lot of fucking quota right here. We're going to make some arrests now, boys. It needs to stop, and I need to get a cigarette, so come with me for a minute. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. If we're going to continue down this path, we're going to lose. If we continue letting them rob us, we're going to lose. We're never going to win. We got to work together. And we can't work together if we always have people in there that want to separate us. Make us enemies. I say, fuck them. Put me in charge. Let's work together. And fuck them for a change. Man, they made enough off our fucking blood. They can last for the next fucking 100 years without fucking feeding off of our budget anymore. So let somebody in there who doesn't give a shit about the budget other than paying the fucking bills and making sure that what resources need to be there for the people are there. And let me fix this stupid fucking pandemic. Because, man, these people are dumb as shit. Oh, but you trust the professionals. Man, look. If this disease only attacks the elderly, yes, we can catch it too and everything. I'm not saying we can't. But if it's mainly attacks the elderly, well, then why don't we just fucking tell the elderly to wear masks and sanitize and make sure they keep themselves safe? What the fuck does that have to do with me? If I have over a 90% fucking chance of not even noticing, I had the fucking thing in me. Never mind getting sick. 90% over, I'm not even going to notice I had it. And they can't even properly test you for it. They can't fucking tell the difference between COVID and flu. So what the fuck? When are we going to stop this? Well, I tell you when. Next election. You put Cole Holmes, you make that box, and you fucking check it. If we can get enough people to do that, we can get noticed. If we can get noticed, sure, if we're lucky, we'll get this election and people will really want to fix things. But if they actually want to give these people another chance, if they actually want to try another shot at another party, which is just going to do the same fucking thing, but in a different tone, so that way they can just continue robbing us, we need to throw out the party system. That's going to be my first step to fixing COVID. Party system, gone. The only reason why they will stay in existence will be to run individual branches of the government that they're good at running. And then you're going to have me sitting there taking all their ideas together rather than always missing out and losing out on good ideas because one side lost, which means goodbye those good ideas. I'm going to look at them all. And then I'm going to fucking figure out a real plan. That's the first step. Second step, simple. Tell the elderly people, mask up, sanitize, keep yourselves safe. Third step, very simple. Local businesses. We're going to open up a program we're going to cut off all funding to any outside country, to any other corporation, nobody's getting nothing but our local businesses and our farmers. And they're going to get a fucking enough that they need. It's going to be there 100%. It's going to be there for you, and you're going to get your stores back open. You're going to call up your workers and tell them you need to come back to work as soon as you can, if you want to. And we need to get this fixed. So we're going to let the local stores, the local businesses, the ones that had nothing to do with this virus because it's not international shit. The viruses, they're not. So we're going to let them have first picks. Not Loblaws, not Walmart, not fucking Costco's. It's going to be the mom and pop shops, and it's going to be our farmers. They're going to get their shit back open. All the corner stores, everything. We got to start helping our little people that are down there committing suicide, getting on drugs, getting on fucking alcohol really bad, to the point it's killing them. There's no denying that. It's a fact. All right, Canadians? All right, my brothers and sisters from Turtle Island? It's a fact. And that is the fucking worse than COVID, what COVID's doing. So no, I'm not going to sit by and stay silent and shut my mouth. So third step is to tell them, safe up, safeguard, we're getting them back to work. Fourth step, and this is probably going to be the most important one. We're going to put a team of doctors, and not just from Canada, whoever we can get, the top minds in the world, if they're willing to come, we're going to get them. Scientists, same thing. And we're going to have them come to Canada. We're going to stick them in a room. We're going to pay them, but we're going to stick them in a room. And we're going to fucking tell them, I want facts coming out of this fucking room. I don't want opinions. I want data. I want evidence. So that way that evidence can turn into proof. So I can actually start doing what I need to do. Which is getting this country fucking moving again. Because holy shit, are we fucked. That's my rant. Guys, so many different plans. Fortunately, YouTube only lets me make a half-hour video. But I go right into detail with some of these things like you wouldn't believe. I've worked on them for so long. We need to fix our country. I've been saying it for years. I try to get involved with the politics in Quebec. I fucking helped stop Paul and Mawa. I got involved in politics in Ontario Canada in 2016 when I helped fucking Justin Trudeau secure Quebec votes. Even got emails from them. So I'm just saying, if you're worried about me not having any experience in politics, my record kind of states the opposite. I'm quite much involved. And we need to work on one important thing. I'll leave it off with this for the next video as well, is equal rights between fathers and mothers. It is an abolishment. It's a disgrace. Women, I understand you want your equal rights, your freedom, but guess what, folks? That comes at a price of you giving us equal rights. Okay? Otherwise, it's just one-sided and we're just pampering. And do you really need to be pampered? I thought you were a strong woman. I thought you could take care of yourself and you don't need no man. Okay. Well, then we need to start really taking serious the equality between man and woman and father and mother. I think that's very important to distinct in our day and age in the 20th century, so that way we can get past this and start focusing on much more important things that we need to settle, like spending all that money into the children that are living and starving out in the world, the people living on the streets. We need to start fucking really getting the ball rolling. There hasn't been much work in the government. You need somebody who's willing to get these dirty and do the fucking work. That's my rant. Have a good day, guys.